Okay, so today we cut one of our most beautiful flowers. This is called a Hot Rio Night. It's a heliconia, and just look how tall it is. I'm a little over 5 foot tall, and to the flower, and this is still probably had 6 inches to the bottom, to the ground. So this is probably 7 foot tall to the flower, and then if you count the leaves, so this is what we're talking about when we say we have some humongous heliconias. We also have some others here for flower delivery. A couple of greens and leaves that go with it for the arrangement. This is a Mexican gold. Really cool flower. This is a short heliconia. That one only grows about 5 foot tall. These are Guyana heliconias. This is a torch ginger. How beautiful that is. And then a pink ginger. So all of our flowers are so amazing, but this one I thought was just totally worth taking an extra moment to appreciate its splendor. So excited when we see the first flower of a plant that we planted. We got this root from Ay Bonito from the flower fair almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago or so, and this is the first time it's flowered, so we're super excited to see it. It's very beautiful. We're not sure what the variety is. We think it might be a sunset heliconia name. There's a couple different possibilities, but in any case it's really neat. It's got little ants crawling on it, which probably signifies that there's some nectar coming out on it. That's kind of neat. Heliconias are neat because they feed hummingbirds oftentimes with their nectar in the water. Sometimes you'll see them playing in the bracts of the heliconia. And another thing with heliconias is after it rains, which it rained yesterday, because of all that water, you can see it. You kind of have to, once you cut them, you put them upside down so you can drain out some of that water. When they're on the plant, especially the upright, erect heliconias, you can't get all that water out, and it can start to affect the inner flowers. These are the true flowers inside here that are green. Anyway, I thought we'd show you this new one that we're excited about. We usually will leave the first one on there at least until we have a few others coming out. This plant is looking pretty healthy. It's got some babies, some hijos already. This is a small one. These ones look like they're almost fully mature and could possibly give a flower themselves. Here's another one of our beauties of the garden. This is a Mexican gold heliconia. So as you can see, this is a really small plant, heliconia, because it's not even as tall as me. So it's under, even with the leaves in its full upright position, it's a real short, squat plant. So these would make nice for like a small garden. You could do it even in a little residential place and rather than a big farm. But even in the farms, they're great because they produce so many flowers. I think this is another one that we got from the Ay Bonito Flower Festival, and it's probably already given us 5 or 6 flowers. So it's a very prolific one, and I would recommend it to gardeners of homes or farms. Another thing to point out here is this vine is one of what we call the stinging nettle vine. I don't think it's really truly a nettle, but it does sting. And if you get any of those little hairs in you, it feels like a bunch of ants biting you. So you'll be looking everywhere for the ants, and there's no ants because it's the vine. So be careful when you touch those. Okay, well, we were just walking back from the other garden, and I noticed that this orchid is blooming. This was just a little clipping from the San Sebastian flea market, and we just basically tied it to the tree. We haven't even done anything, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. and it's already blooming. We haven't, I think maybe it could use a little bit of medium or something to maintain the moisture, but apparently it's doing okay. There's some other orchids we have attached to this tree. What's really cool is you can grow orchids just out in the open. Almost all of them are epiphytes, so they can live in the ground or on a, you know, in the air in the tree. So that's really cool to see it's blooming already. Here's another one of our beauties coming in. This is the Caribbean gold. So kind of like the Mexican gold, it's a nice yellow color, but the way it grows is more upright and it's shorter, each of those bracts, than the Mexican gold. This is the only native variety of heliconias to the island of Puerto Rico. So you'll sometimes see them in the wild. It's really cool. But it's been bred with a lot of other varieties. That's what's kind of neat about a heliconia, is you can get a lot of different varieties when you mix the types. So here's a new one.